Hey guys, welcome back to Through House of Terror. You guys are watching this video on May the 11th. So this video is for May the 11th. I hope you all are doing well today, and I hope you guys are all having an amazing day, whatever it is you guys are doing. So, for today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys four scary camping horror stories. So yeah, that's what today's video is going to be. Four scary camping horror stories. So yeah, I'm going to be telling you guys four camping stories. So yeah, that is today's video for today. So let's get started. Number one. So there was two men who went camping in a cabin. So yeah, they went camping in a cabin for the weekend. They got their stuff in their pickup truck. They headed to their cabin and it looked really nice. So yeah, they went camping inside the cabin for the weekend. When they arrived at their cabin, it looked really nice inside. They got all their food and equipment for the weekend while they were camping in the cabin. So yeah, it was finally dark outside, and they decided to go outside and make a fire while they're making hot dogs and s'mores. While they're making hot dogs and s'mores, they suddenly heard a weird noise in the woods. It was coming from the woods, but they decided to just ignore it. So yeah, they decided to just ignore it. And it was getting more creepier whenever they heard it, but they decided to ignore it. And they're getting a creepy feeling that they are being watched. So yeah, they had a creepy feeling they were being watched. And suddenly they heard a scream in the woods. So yeah, they heard a scream in the woods. So the two men were getting a little bit creeped out. So yeah, they were getting creeped out by the scream that they heard. So yeah, they were eating their hot dogs and s'mores dough. S'mores do sound really good. I absolutely love s'mores. They sound so delicious as I'm talking about them in the story. But anyway, they were eating their hot dogs and s'mores whenever they heard the loud scream. They were terrified, but they were still having fun camping by the cabin. So yeah, they were still having fun camping by the cabin. But they're still terrified of the creepy noises that they heard and the scream that they heard. But yeah, they did eat their hot dogs and s'mores though, and they were terrified of the scream that they heard. So they went back inside they decided to go back inside the cabin, and they put out the fire when they went back inside the cabin. So yeah, they decided to just stay in the cabin so they won't hear anything outside. So yeah, the two men did stay inside the cabin so they would not hear any noises outside. Okay, number two. A young couple went camping for the weekend. So yeah, there was a young couple who went camping for the weekend. The girlfriend and her boyfriend got into their pickup truck. They headed to their cabin, which was by the woods. Their cabin was by the woods. They got some food that they can have, and they got their equipment to have too. And they had protective weapons in case somebody tried to get them. So yeah, the boyfriend and his girlfriend made it to their cabin. They got all their stuff out from the pickup truck and they put it inside their cabin. And they were loving their they were loving their cabin that they were going camping in. So yeah, while the young couple was inside their cabin, the sun was starting to set, and they decided to go outside by the woods and make a nice fire to eat some s'mores. So finally, it was dark outside. While they were eating some s'mores, all of a sudden they heard a weird rustling sound coming from the woods. So yeah, they heard a weird rustling sound coming from the woods. Also, there was a howling noise coming from the woods too. So yeah, they heard a weird howling noise coming from the woods by their cabin. It sounded like it was a wolf. So yeah, maybe it was a wolf in the woods howling like that. So the couple tried to ignore it and they tried to eat their s'mores. So yeah, they heard a howling noise in the woods, and suddenly there was creepy laughing too. The couple heard a creepy laughter coming from the woods. They're like, what the heck was that? The girlfriend said, what the heck was that? So yeah, the couple tried to ignore it and eat their s'mores. So yeah, they did ignore all the weird sounds in the woods. So yeah, they did ignore all the weird sounds in the woods, and they were creeped out by a creepy laughing noise they heard coming from the woods. They're wondering who the heck is laughing in the woods like that. It was creeping the couple out so much. So they put out the fire and they decide to go back inside the cabin because they were creeped out by the creepy laughing they heard coming from the woods. So yeah, the boyfriend was so creeped out by the creepy laughing him and his girlfriend heard coming from the woods. So the girlfriend and her boyfriend decide to stay inside the cabin because they were creeped out by the creepy laughing they heard coming from the woods. So they spent the night in the cabin and they were too afraid to go back outside. So the boyfriend and his girlfriend decide to just spend the night inside the cabin. So yeah, they spent the night inside the cabin. And they didn't go back outside because of the creepy laughing they heard coming from the woods. So yeah, the couple decide to just spend the night and stay the night inside the cabin. So yeah, they were creeped out by what they heard coming from the woods. But they just stayed inside the cabin all night. Okay, story number 3. There were 4 girls who went camping. They went camping on Friday night for the weekend. So yeah, there were 4 girls who went camping. So yeah, the 4 girls went camping. They got their tents. So yeah, they did get their tents. So yeah, they gathered all their tents and they gathered all the food they could have. And they were camping in the woods. I mean, they're camping by the woods, which was right next to a cabin. So yeah, they were camping right next to a cabin by the woods. So it was dark outside. They pitched the tents. While they're pitching their tents, they decided to make a campfire and they ate some s'mores and hot dogs. They told scary ghost stories. So yeah, they did tell some scary ghost stories. While they were telling scary ghost stories, they heard a loud blood-curdling scream. They got inside their tents because they are so scared by the blood-curdling scream they heard inside the woods. I mean that they heard in the woods while they were camping. So yeah, they were camping inside I mean in the woods and they went inside their tents because they heard a blood-curdling scream. So yeah, they were scared by the blood-curdling scream. So yeah, they were terrified of the blood-curdling scream that they heard. So they put out the fire and they stayed inside their tents, which was right next to the cabin. So yeah, they were right next to a cabin while they were camping by the woods. So yeah, the four girls were all scared of the blood-curdling scream that they heard. So yeah, they were terrified of the blood-curdling scream that they heard in the woods. So yeah, they stayed inside their tents all night, and they were too scared to come out because of the blood-curdling scream that they heard. Okay, story number 4. This is the last story. There were 6 teenagers who went camping in the woods, and they never came back. Wait, they did come back, sorry. There was a group of 6 teenagers who went camping in the woods. They got their food in tents. While they're eating some hot dogs, suddenly they heard a rustling sound coming from the trees and bushes. They were all so creeped out, but they did get their tents pitched too. So yeah, they got all their tents pitched. So yeah, they had their tents pitched. Sorry, I almost said pinched. They got their tents pitched. And they heard a weird sound coming from the trees and bushes. So yeah, they heard rustling sounds coming from the trees and bushes. So yeah, they heard creepy rustling sounds coming from the bushes and the trees in the woods. And suddenly they heard a they heard a creepy laughter too. So yeah, there was a creepy laughter in the woods too. So yeah, all 6 of the teenagers heard creepy laughter in the woods. They got inside their tents and they were too scared to come out of their tents because of the creepy laughing sounds that they heard in the woods. They were so terrified with fear. They were too scared to come out of their tents because of the creepy laughing they heard in the woods. So yeah, they dared not to come out of their tents because of the creepy laughing they heard in the woods. So all 6 of the teenagers stayed inside their tents all night because of the creepy laughing they heard. So yeah, all the teenagers did not come out of their tents all night while they're camping in the woods. So that was 4 scary camping horror stories. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, give me a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't already so you guys don't miss a new video. I post every single week. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed these 4 scary camping horror stories. And yeah. but anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye. And as always, stay creepy. Peace.